Hey friends, what's up? Welcome or welcome back to the channel. I am sitting in my usual spot. You know the deal if you're not new here, but if you are new here, welcome. I am just about to have breakfast and I have to report that I am coming back with a classic. This is something that I used to eat every single day, and it wasn't until I started posting on this channel and doing consistent what I eat in a day that I started switching up. So you've probably already guessed it if you've been around for a while. I have myself some tofu egg salad on toast. A classic. I love this dish so much. It was my first recipe that I posted ever on theconscioussrootnyc, which is like my food blog. It's my favorite. It's my favorite breakfast ever. And honestly, if I didn't have the influence of online, of YouTube, I would probably eat this every single day just by default because it's so good. Nothing is wrong with it. And why fix something that's not broken? Is that the... You might be wondering what the heck is this random slice of tomato. I did a Toast Tuesday on my Instagram Reels and TikTok and what have you. And I decided to make this toast look prettier because let's be honest, without the tomato, it doesn't look as, pretty. I added a couple slices of tomato and some flaky sea salt just to make it look pretty. And I thought, you know what? Why don't I leave the tomato there and give it a try and see how it is for you. And, maybe it's great. I have a feeling it's gonna be great because when I imagine tofu egg salad, I usually eat it on a toast, but if people were to have this like in a sandwich, I am almost positive people add tomato to their sandwich. So let's give this a go. The bread is sourdough bread. It's called crusty sourdough, and I get it from the farmer's market. Oh my gosh, that's really good. The texture of the tofu egg salad is soft, and then the tomato isn't necessarily like a texture variety, so it would be too much of the same texture, but the flavors go together so perfectly. With that flaky sea salt on the tomato, I always stand by seasoning tomatoes, by the way. Like, you've got to season your tomatoes. That's what makes it 10 times better. But it brings out the flavor of the heirloom, and the heirloom tomato flavor goes perfectly with this tofu egg salad. I'm surprised. Yeah, this is really good. Give this a try. Like I said, the recipe is on my blog. I'll link it below. But add some sliced tomatoes on top, a little bit of flaky sea salt or black pepper or bagel seasoning, anything to season those tomatoes. This is really good. So I have a lot of meetings today, and I am hoping that that doesn't like kind of mess with this video and have me rush, but it is a busy day, just FYI. I don't even know why I'm saying this. Anyway, got my vitamins. My vitamins I take every single day, by the way. If you're new, I take vitamins. I take daily vitamins. They're from Care Of. The link is always in the description box for like a discount. Not sponsored. It's like a referral code or something. Have my big cup, or not, big bottle of water. Yesterday, somebody finally acknowledged the fact that this bottle is gigantic while I was at a meeting. And I felt validated from that time that I mentioned it in a video a few weeks ago. But anyway, yeah, it's gonna be busy. It's gonna be a busy day, but I will talk to you later. I just made myself some coffee. I already made it. It's an iced cortado. Nothing fancy, just almond milk and espresso and a little bit of ice. I did not record it while I was talking to you because I actually am starting to do a little bit more like chatty TikToks while I'm making my coffee, so I did it on TikTok instead. So if you're interested in seeing my process and hearing me chat about random stuff, you can check out my TikTok. It's in the description box, but there we go. Another thing that I'm having today. Hello, my friends. It is time for lunch. Very excited for lunch, very excited to eat per usual, and I do not have takeout today, but I do have leftovers that I made I think a couple of days ago, and I have like enough portions for a few more days this week, which bless, because I told you earlier I have a really busy week and I need prepared meals, so this is my prepared meal. It's in the Tupperware that I threw into the fridge. I was too lazy to put it in a bowl or a plate, so I just heated it up in this container. which seems perfectly fine with me, honestly. I don't care. But what we have here is macaroni and cheese, vegan of course, and then I have some steamed string beans. I think these are string beans, right? And then these chicken nuggets, vegan chicken nuggets, are from a brand I believe is called Skinny Butcher. But the reason why I got these to try is because the packaging was like straight up Stranger Things. Actually, I think I have another container. Let me show you. Here it is. So as you can see, it's very cool packaging. It is straight up Stranger Things. And the only reason why I got it was because of Stranger Things. You can find this at Walmart. Heads up. But this is a brand that is completely brand new to me. And I have to say, it is really good. I've already tried it, so I know that it's really good. But long story short, mac and cheese, vegan mac and cheese, vegan chicken nuggets, and steamed string beans. The cheese that I made for this was homemade. So if you're interested in like a vegan cheesy sauce for pastas, dips, and stuff like that, let me know and I can do a recipe on the blog. But it was just a simple vegan cheese sauce. So let me give this a try. And actually, I'm gonna do a bit of dippage for my string beans because you know I love my dips, and I'm also trying to finish this up. This is from Trader Joe's. It's the vegan creamy dill dressing. It is so good. I love this dressing so much. It's my favorite dressing from like anywhere. And I'm trying to finish it. Here we go. So I think with the steamed green beans, these will be perfect to dip in this, just so that I can finish it. I'm sure nobody needs explanation on who Emily Mariko is, but I saw her snacking on snap peas, like steamed snap peas with an aioli sauce, and I was like, that's genius. Cause I'm like a savory snack person most of the time, so this combo, so good. Let me try the mac for you. The cheese has kind of like, not dissolved, but it's no longer ooey gooey like it once was. There it is. Can you just, the shape of this is so good. They're basically gigantic elbows. I wish it was still like saucy, but the flavor is there and it's good. It kind of reminds me of Kraft mac and cheese. The last thing I'll try for you, just so that you can see it, is this nug. I mentioned already that this is really good, but very specifically, the breading on this tastes almost exactly, probably exactly, actually, well, it tastes very much like KFC. It has that seasoned breading. It takes a good amount of space. Like, it's not breading that doesn't really matter, it's breading that really wants you to know that it's there. And it's seasoned, it's so good. And then the vegan chicken inside, it tastes like chicken. This one is really impressive. I love me some hot sauce in my mac and cheese. So I'm gonna put a little bit of hot sauce in it too. This is the Louisiana's Pure Crystal Hot Sauce. This is like a staple for some people, depending on where you live and who you ask. And there you go. That's my lunch. Hey again, friends. It is time to tell you about dinner, and it's getting really dark because it is yet again another gloomy afternoon where I'm pretty sure it's either raining or it's about to start raining. So there's that, but I'm basically making a play on eggs or Benedict Florentine, and if you never heard about that dish before, it's essentially like an English muffin on the bottom, and then there is usually, like in a classic Benedict, there's ham, but in the Florentine, there's spinach. And then on top of that is like a poached egg with hollandaise on top. I'm pretty sure that's the entire dish. But of course, I'm going to veganize it. And the Florentine is spinach forward. So I have English muffins here. This English muffin is by Dave's Killer Bread. This is the only one that I could find at the grocery store for some reason. I couldn't find like any other English muffins, but there's that. That's going to be at the very bottom. And then I have some spinach. I got the spinach from the farmer's market, and it's a lot smaller than I'm used to, so hopefully it's enough. And usually in like a Benedict, the spinach that's in the dish is like sauteed and it's put down directly on the English muffin. But what I'm going to do is take just egg and make sort of like a scramble, because it's impossible to make a vegan poached egg with just egg, right? So I'm going to do a scramble. I'm going to add the spinach into it, so it's sort of like a spinach scramble that's going to lay on top of the English muffins. Does this make sense? It'll start to make sense once you see it. But that is the English muffin, the spinach, the egg, and then I'm going to top it with a sauce that's not hollandaise. I'm gonna go for like a vegan cheesy sauce. So the same sauce that I originally used in my vegan mac and cheese, which I actually had earlier for lunch, I'm going to make a rendition of that, but it's not going to be as runny. It's not going to be something that is meant for pasta, of course. It's going to be drizzled over this, you know, this sandwich or open face sandwich, basically. So it's going to be a little bit thicker. I'm going to try to go for a gravy consistency, and I'm going to do a roux, basically. So that's with butter, flour, and milk. The butter I'm using is Miyokos. This one's my favorite butter, by the way. Almond malk, that's the only thing I have in here. And then the flour, you know, just part of the whole roux situation. And then I'm going to add maybe like a slice of vegan cheese to make it cheesy. Of course, this is from Good Planet. And then I'm going to use some spices, you know, my usual salt, pepper, and stuff like that. And I think I'm also going to use a little bit of lactic acid, which I am pretty sure that I've mentioned on this channel before. But lactic acid is like a flavoring agent, and it makes things tangy, like the way that cheese is tangy. It has that little bit of something that you can't put your finger on, but I'm letting you know that it is lactic acid. So long story short, English muffin, scramble with the spinach, and then the vegan cheesy sauce on top. I'm also going to dice some tomato to just sprinkle over top. And then on the side, I'm gonna make some fries, because usually when you get a Benedict for brunch, you get like home fries, like, or roasted potatoes or something. And I just have a half open bag of frozen fries in the freezer. So I figured I could just finish that up to go on the side of this eggs Florentine, vegan eggs Florentine. So you are now going to see what it looks like on the screen, and hopefully it looks really good. I will let you know that my favorite thing that I used to love during brunch, and brunch used to be like a big thing for me as a New Yorker, you know, brunch is like part of the identity, but my favorite brunch dish was Eggs Benedict. So I know this is not going to taste exactly like what I remember and all of the things that I loved about it back then, but it's going to have a lot of the main things that I really love, which is like sort of like an elevated breakfast open face sandwich, right? So that is all for this week's video. Thank you so much for being here, and I will talk to you in next week's video.